There we go. Ha, 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 ha. Can anybody hear me now? Can you feel me now? Oh, if you do, I feel bad for you. Once again, yeah, me and the system are having a fight. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Somebody please say yeah. Okay. All right, good. It used to be all you had to do was click one damn button. One damn button, and you can live stream. But I've noticed that this has become a complication now because guess what? YouTube is going out of their way to make things uncomfortable for folks who use a certain piece of software. Let's say, if you like, say, let me put it to you this way. If you block anything on their system, like commercials, especially if you block any ads, they don't like it. So make sure you block as much as, sorry. Did I mention you block? All right. And what it is like, hey, I don't even know what screen I'm sharing right now. I hope it isn't naughty. Okay, we're going to turn that off. Get out of there. I was on Instagram. What was I looking at? I had a thing up for War Between the Land and the Sea, but of course I had to reset everything. Ah! Okay, well, we all know who that is. Well, I had a thing up between War Between the Land and the Sea. This is going to have to do. I'll just leave it on that. uBlock, we don't like to talk about uBlock, especially when you have movies on YouTube that say you can watch it free with ads. Well, so I'm very sorry this morning, because normally I click one button and everything's working, and lately it's become like pulling teeth. Like I said, I hope there wasn't anything naughty on the screen like Jodie's butt, because I have that one scene from a movie as my wallpaper, and it's autistic. It's nudity, but I can't remember what movie that scene was from. But oh well. Well, yeah, Katie, man, yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, there was a thing of her up giving her own little take on War Between the Land and the Sea, and let's just say I had to wait a little time to acquire, make it so that I can watch it. We all know who that is. There's Rusty himself. Yeah, I have no idea who the hell that is. Well, we all know who that is. Ricky. Oh, there we go. There's Ella. Hello, Ella. I'm not kidding. That girl has eyes like Galron, or is it just me? Everybody remember Galron from Star Trek Next Generation? Not saying that Ella's Ella. Yeah, oh, wait. Look at that, Jane Seymour. That lady's like 70-something years old. She signed a deal with the devil. I'm not kidding. Dina Meyer. Well, okay. Yan, get out of here. Oh, yeah, that thing somebody made of the Schalke Doctor. I was hoping to find something to do. Oh, well, anyway. Sorry, John, you're still kicked out of Doctor Who. Deal with it. Poor fella. Wait a minute. Fran. Oh, boy, is that movie going to suck ass. I'm sorry. Sophie Turner, not one of my, names I prize as being, a high-rated actress. And this fella right here, he pissed a lot of people off because he refused to do a kissing scene with another woman. on a TV show because he's happily married to his wife, like I am. And wait, she's from Riverdale. I would play this, but I'd probably get copyrighted. If you've not seen Patrick Stewart's Cowboy Classics video, it's out there. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. Trust me, it is funny as hell. Oh. Who gives a shit? My character's going to return. You were on that show for like 5 minutes. Get over yourself. Why am I looking at Black Cat's butt? All right, moving on. Or is that Black? Or is that Canary? I don't give a shit. I can't remember what she was in, but it's probably significant. All right. Sorry, that guy looked like he was about to shit himself. Five Nights at Freddy's. Who gives a damn? All right. Screw it. I don't feel like scrolling anymore. We'll just leave it on old Ben Kenobi here. Yeah, there's something Doctor Who related. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Let's get on to it. I have not seen War Between the Land and the Sea yet. All right. I'll stay on a little longer because it took me a while to get the sound working. So I'll give you a few extra minutes this morning. And as you can tell, I'm not in the parking lot. I did not feel like going to work. And I had an extra day for this month, FMLA. Well, it's called my, FMLAcation because I took Saturday off as well. That's what I mainly got those for, is a medical thing to prevent anxiety and whatnot and all that because, it's a whole nother ballpark. We'll go into it someday, what FMLA is. Chances are you're in America, you know what FMLA is. Okay. Everybody remember when a bunch of those imbeciles were running around saying that, if Netflix bought Warner Brothers, the first thing they were going to do was fire James Gunn because the new Superman movie was such a colossal flop, which it wasn't. I've not seen it yet, Darren, so please don't go into too many details. I'm going to try to go into this with an open mind, okay? Guess what? They just signed an extension on the James Gunn's contract. Which means even after Netflix buys Warner Brothers, James Gunn is still in charge of DC. So you can take all their expert armchair opinions. The only thing these guys are experts at is having a wink while they're eating Cheetos and turning their wieners, whatever color that is on Cheetos. Red, yellow, green, whatever. They got cheese wiener, okay? Oh. That's all they're good at. All these so-called experts. You got Mr. Nardi. I own a comic book shop, therefore I got my finger on the pulse of the world. No, dude, having your fingers up your ass along with your head does not mean you have your fingers on the pulse of anything. But of course, these guys seem to think that because they have these huge followships that, suddenly, they're experts on everything. And sadly, that's become a thing on YouTube. Look at me, I've got my silver plaque, which is my YouTube Know-It-All Award. Therefore, everything I say must be, incredibly thought-provoking and driven. No, it's just called you knew how to play the ad game, you knew how to play the algorithm, and that's all that award's for. Congratulations. And I die laughing, too, because some of these channels that are out there are just blatantly stealing copyrighted material and then pretending to be fair use. And then, if you go to my Patreon, though, you can watch the unedited one because YouTube can't blink the Patreon. Or, by the way, even though I'm touring the country right now and I've just been to Europe, I need your money because my channel just can't go on without it. I need your money. I need millions of dollars. And it's like, dude, all you need is a computer, a mic, and 5 seconds of knowledge. All right, it does not take $1 billion to stream on YouTube. It's just called they want to go out and buy a new McLaren like Dick oh God, what was his name? That dumb shit that's going to jail, whichever one it is. I can't remember his name. I've been seeing ads about this one kid who's been popular on YouTube since he was a fetus or something. And now he's, this guy actually wrecked his car, and he's got a live stream of him sitting there on the phone while he's driving his car in heavy rain. And then, of course, he loses control of the $250-something-thousand car, totals it. His buddy is bleeding from the head, and he hands the buddy his phone and says, keep videoing. And I'm like, dude, your friend is bleeding. And you didn't even care. That right there shows you how much I need to know about that person's character. All right. I have not seen War Between the Land and the Sea yet, for you folks who are still asking. I have not seen it yet. And like I said, there's guys out there, like I said, anyone here watch Disgruntled Danny? He doesn't like Doctor Who either since the big takeover, but you know what? He doesn't spend hours upon hours going on about it. I like his content because he talks about life, he talks about things going on around, and he doesn't spend days on television programming. And he has a lot of different topics. I go to these other channels and I'm like, was there anything they actually liked? And it's like you can't find it. It's like, where's the video of something that you liked and gave a positive review? Oh, that was like 10 years ago for you had any numbers. I die laughing because I actually had a guy once actually lecture me on Twitter. Back when it was Twitter. And I really wish they just switch it back to Twitter because X is the dumbest damn name I've ever heard of. I know Elon Musk is supposed to be a brilliant guy and all that, but come on. Where the hell did you get that brand name from? I was chatting with my friend on X. Sounds like I'm about to go do an adult film. It's like, all they care about is your money, your clicks, and all that. Like I said, if I had started doing all the stuff I needed to like 10 years ago, like only putting up videos at certain times, making sure all my keywords were right, and stuff like that, I probably could have had a lot more than 5,000 subscribers. Plus, one of the things you have to do to get off YouTube's shadow ban list, and trust me, I do believe there is a shadow ban list. It's called the people who don't pay YouTube money. Don't get their channels bumped up 90% of the time, you see, and that's what goes on. And it's funny, some of the channels you see build up, but well, you spelled it right. Yeah, like I said, Tharis, but like I said, I got nothing personal against Tharis, so he does like stuff and he does hate stuff, so it's not like he hates every single thing. Of course, he loved the episode he was in. That's another thing. There's other people who've been extras on Doctor Who suddenly popped up and think they're experts on the show now. Or they are extras, on the show. And they suddenly think they're experts now. And, like I said, if people sent me money or I had a Patreon or this channel was actually making some money, you're damn straight. I would tell you the truth. Guys, like I said, I get maybe every couple of months or so, I'll get like $100 from ads, but because I don't like charging people to come to this channel. I don't have a marketable service. Like somebody said they really wanted the t-shirt I was wearing a few videos ago. I had those custom made at a local shop, and there's only one in existence, and that's the one I'm wearing in that video. I don't picture myself as a brand name, okay? I just literally popped up with that title, Dr. Freedom, because I wanted something that sounded superhero-y. I wanted something that didn't have a military rank in it, like Captain America or whatever. And then one day I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, Dr. Johnny Fever pops into my head from WKRP in Cincinnati. And then, sure enough, I made the mistake of looking over and saw a clip from The Running Man with Captain Freedom, played by, of course, Terry the Body Ventura. Or did I just get that completely wrong? Jesse Ventura. Sorry, Jesse the Body Ventura. He later became Jesse the Mind Ventura, and he was Governor Jesse Ventura. I always get his name mixed up. Don't know why. But That's why I die laughing. Yeah, that you've got people who just openly do nothing but bitch and bitch and bitch about the show, and then they get spots on it. And like somebody else who's now on the Hooniverse show who did nothing but try to make money off it, and then when there was a female doctor, did they support her? No, they disappeared because their certain fan show got canned. We don't know who that is. We have no idea who I'm talking about. All right, because I'll be called every kind of name under the sun if I criticize this particular person, you see, outright. I'll be declared something phobic. I don't know. Or misogynistic, or that's the other favorite one now. Of course, I'm not a misogynist. I just simply expect my breakfast delivered on time with hot coffee and maybe a sandwich around noontime and the occasional foot rub, you know. Yeah, just like, a certain, creeping person shows up at the premiere of, Jodie's first episode and then somehow magically gets whisked inside the theater, a certain creeper.
No, you're a pig is what you are.
No, I am not. This
Yes,
is the Dr. Freedom Show.
Do you think I give a shit? And I'm the one who controls the house. I'm the boss. You just sit there, shut up, and do your video.
Women are there to be seen and not heard. Okay, hang on. I just guaranteed the live stream's going to go a bit longer because the second the camera goes off, I'm a dead person. Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah, and he was on set later, so you can't tell me he wasn't a tool for the show. Plus, he was the one who started dropping a lot of leaks that nobody else had access to, and then blamed other people when the shit hit the fan. I don't give a damn what Ace Creeper likes or dislikes. Like I said, I got nothing against these guys. Whatever ass crapper wants to do, I don't care. If he wants to, snorkel up the butt of TV execs to get on the sets and shit, that's on him. I'd rather just meet people in an open forum, get to know them a little bit, and not spend my time, trying to, with my head up their ass, trying to speak, coherently. Oh, there. Smells like you had something good for breakfast. Okay. Like I said, I know in my heart of hearts I'm not going to sit down and have a casual conversation with 9/10 of these people unless I pay money to do it. And I have no idea who you're talking about as far as the Doctor Who Apostle or whatever. Anyone who does homemade fan stuff, I always try to back them. Like, I used to back, certain Star Trek productions until when the one guy made one that actually scared Paramount, all the others took off running for the hills and then blamed him when Paramount cracked down when they all knew it was going to happen the second they made a video that got anyone's attention other than Paramount's, that Paramount was going to turn on them. Which really makes me upset because there was a guy that we all know and love, and I won't give their names because I probably can't remember it right now anyway, but who started out doing these big-time productions, and then he's turned around, and now he's selling tickets to his set from the original show that he recreated when he used to let people tour it for free, and now it's a Paramount-approved site, which means Paramount's not getting their slice of it. And he's one of the first ones who turned on, the guys who made Axanar. Remember, the guy who made Axanar was evil. I believe that was Alec Peters who made Axanar. And it really deeply upsets me, when everybody else in the fan-made community turned on him. And it's like, well, he raised $1 million. And I go, yeah, and your show raised like $500K on one, $800K on another GoFundMe. And then, so in essence, your show raised way more than his did over the last few years as far as fan revenue, getting fan volunteer money. Well, he built the studio saying he was going to, it's like, what a load of shit. John Barrowman should have never been blacklisted in the first place. The stuff they were accusing him of was from well over a decade, if not like 15 or more years ago. It was stuff that he already had apologized for, and they forgave him back then. But then all of a sudden it pops back up because Noel Clark got, decided to, was, and by the way, Noel Clark probably still in trouble as far as I've heard. I don't know. But suddenly, yeah, they start bringing up Noel Clark videos where Noel Clark throws him under the bus at a convention. And so now John Barrowman's in trouble again for something he already apologized for years ago. And everybody's been saying John's this, John's that. Like I said, look, I only met the guy like once or twice at cons. But one thing I did notice is he makes sure everybody who comes up there has a good time. And I've already told you about my dad's way. He taught me that I can look at a person and I can see in their eyes and in their face and in their mannerisms whether they're bullshitting me or not. Okay? Well, the reason why the full Axanar production didn't go off was because of the Paramount thing. He had everything lined up. They said, okay, now you can't use any for that had been on the show before. You can't do this. You can't do that. It has to be a certain length. And I notice how they're not enforcing that on a lot of the other productions that are still going. They just enforced it on Alec Peters, who made Axanar. And he even provided the documentation where he said the reason why Paramount cracked down on him is because his shit was way better than anything they've made since 2009, and it scared the crap out of them.
The thing about John Barrowman is I can never complain about the man because the time we went to go get his autograph, Brian was held up in one line. I was in Barrowman's line waiting to get up there to him, and I was waiting on Brian to catch up. Barrowman kept his line open long enough for Brian to get there to get his autograph and get pictures with him. So, yeah, he is a good man, and if anybody says anything against John Barrowman, they got me to fight with.
Like I said, 90% of the celebrities I've met in my life are, not sure they're there for the money, but you can tell the ones that are also there for the fans. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in their mannerisms. Like I said, go look at some of the pictures of a certain female actress who's been on Doctor Who. Let's just say we won't call her Jenna. And you can tell she's soul dead in her eyes. Like, why the hell am I here? Same poses in every photo. And you can see in her eyes right there, God, I wish I was like, masturbating with a cheese grater rather than being here. Okay? And that's only happened to me once. And that was a male actor. We won't say who it is. From an older sci-fi show that ran only one season. And he was not the captain of the ship, shall we say that. Let's just say he was in charge of public relations for the vessel, and we'll leave it at that. If you ain't figured out who I'm talking about. And like I said, he basically got me up there, looked right through me like I was, this big pile of disgusting shit, and wouldn't say half a word to me. And next, he's flipping me around. We're taking the photo, and then kicking me off to the side. No, Lady G just said something to Shatner the one time, and like I said, I got nothing personal against the Shatmeister. Well, that sounded cool, didn't it? I've never actually talked to him. But at the same time, you got to remember, this guy's was typecast. He was having this big dream about being in this. But you know what? If I was him, I wouldn't complain. He's got a guaranteed paycheck till he literally dies. And I'm hoping that's not anytime soon. We won't confirm or deny that, Renegade Time Lord.
Okay, I want to get something straight about Shatner. I never actually talked to the man himself.
Yeah.
I just walked past him, and everybody was paying almost $100 for his autograph. And when I walked past him, said I didn't think his autograph was worth a fucking red penny.
Yeah, the only person I ever paid like $80-something for an autograph, plus with the photo and all that thrown in, it was like $100, was Patrick Stewart. Because I knew Patrick Stewart was never coming to Ohio again. And like I said, I have that photo up here with him as Professor Xavier, because everybody was up his ass about Star Trek that day, and I wanted to hit him for something, of course, Star Trek and X-Men, but like I said, when I got to him, I asked him a question he hadn't heard that day. How come you haven't been on Doctor Who, Pat? Because this was before he was Sir Pat, okay? Well, they haven't asked me. Sorry, that's my best, Patrick Stewart impression. Okay, so Renegade Time Lord, you're red hot. You're in the parking. You're in the ballpark. And no, it wasn't Malcolm Reynolds I was talking to. If you get my hint. I've never met. Great. Now I'm blanking. I know the guy's name and who played Malcolm Reynolds, and now I'm blanking. Great. It'll take me a half hour, but I remember what his name is, and that's sad. Every now and then I hit that snag. I've never met Nicola in person. See, Sean Marr was a doctor. What do you call it? Alec Baldwin was, what do you call it? And great. My brain just blanked out. Canadian guy. You know who I'm talking about. I've never met, Captain Mal, so to speak. Okay? He only goes to, Dragon Con, which is down in Georgia. I can't really do that trip anymore. I've never been to Dragon Con. I've never made a drive that long, and great. Now I'm going to have to look that up, because it's going to hit me in a minute, and then I'm going to smack myself on the head, because I know who it is. Hell, it took me a half hour yesterday to remember who Richard Gere was. Okay? I knew who he was. I could picture the movies he was in, but it took me a hot minute to get to the name. Somebody just put it in the comment box who played Captain Reynolds, Mal, Firefly. Otherwise, I'm going to spend the next half hour banging my head going, I know that name. I know who that is. I can remember every single other person's name on there right now. Let's see. But, I hit that snag every now and then. Yeah, Billy was here, actually, the week after Chicago TARDIS. And like I said, I really wish I'd gone to that, but she was down in Columbus. And I'm going to regret not going to that because I have an eerie feeling like all the other stars, Billy ain't going to come back to Columbus. I don't know what it is about Columbus. Just like Jodie, I don't know. I'm hoping she comes back to the area again, someday. But like I said, I already had her autograph thanks to some friends of mine. And it's up there on the wall. You can probably barely see it. Oh, great. Okay, there was Alan Tudyk, Summer Glau, Morena Baccarin, Gina Torres. And now, like I said, there's always that one name that sticks, and I can never remember. I remember Sean Maurer, who played Simon. I remember. Like I said, I barely got to talk to Jodie, but that wasn't Jodie's fault. It was for a photo op, and they overbooked it. They way overbooked it. I had 100 and something people behind me, and I was gobsmacked. I was I was like, this is the one person I never thought I'd meet, and one of the few actors I never thought I'd get to meet in person. Like Peter Capaldi. I'd love to meet Peter Capaldi, but he's never been to this area. And he's busy with his music right now, so. Oh, well, I got to get out of here anyway. It's been a half hour, and that was way longer than I anticipated. Sorry, it's on the edge of my mind, and I'm fighting to get it. I know who the hell that actor was. He's currently on the Rookie Cop show. Okay, well, take care, everyone. We'll see you all tomorrow in the parking lot. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Nathan Fillion, thank you. For some reason, I get that every now and then now, where I can picture the actor, I can picture every role they've been in, but the name takes a while to get to. Thank you, Nathan Fillion. So have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.